Okay, so
We're now live.
great. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It is April 2nd, 2026, and you've arrived at the Motor Vehicle and Transportation Subcommittee meeting here in the Maryland General Assembly. We're glad you're with us. I want to thank my Chief of Staff, Liefke Haas, for managing the Zoom, and Committee Counsel, Patrick Tracy, for keeping us on track. I believe we can get started just with a note on norms. We're happy to have guests and experts join us in the Zoom. We just ask that you keep your mic and camera off until you are asked a direct question by a member. Let's get started. Lievka, could you pull up our agenda for us? Thank you. So today, April 2nd, 2026, we've got three bills on our list. First, Senate Bill 968. This is School Bus Fire Safety Standards Bill from Senator Gallion. Next, Senate Bill 877. This is a Baltimore City local bill, stop sign monitoring for the 41st Legislative District. And then lastly, Senate Bill 68. This is the Motorcycle Safety Awareness, a special D-Torch Road Safety Act from Senator Charles. So let's get started. The first bill, Senate Bill 968. This is a cross-file of House Bill 1610, which we passed out of our committee in the House. This is a bill that, if I'm describing it correctly, removes the requirement that school buses, whether district owned or privately owned, yellow school buses are exempt from having a fire safe driver's seat. So Patrick, can you walk us through that?
I think you just did.
Did I? I love
Yeah,
it when a bill is short and sweet.
that's pretty much, as amended by the Senate. That's pretty much all it does is just the driver's seat. Um, this comes of industry standards that were changed, I believe, last year.
Mm.
And apparently, reading through the testimony, only 6 states still have that requirement.
So we'll be joining the majority of states if we remove this requirement. Is there any discussion on the Senate Bill 968?
Move the bill.
Second.
All right. And we don't have to move amendments, correct? We are moving the Senate bill as it came to us.
Correct.
Okay. Quick question before we move on, though, Patrick. The House Bill 1610 is different.
Probably because the Senate did amend the bill, but the House bill's in rules, so
So the
we
House
don't
bill
even
has
have
to-
it.
Okay. Thank you. So Senate Bill 968 has been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Is there any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, hearing none. Senate Bill 968 passes the subcommittee. Thanks, guys. We'll go next to Senate Bill 877. This is the 41st District Stop Sign Pilot. Now, this bill, which is again a Baltimore City local bill, adds the 41st Legislative District in Baltimore City to the list of other districts in the state that are implementing a stop sign monitoring pilot. Those other districts, I believe, include Tacoma Park, Prince George's County, and in Baltimore, District 45 and District 46. So it's an existing pilot program adding D41. Did I get that right, Patrick?
You did for current law, and I believe we did the town of Rising Sun earlier this session
Oh,
in
that's
Cecil
right. We
County.
sure did. We sure did. In Cecil County? Cecil
Yep.
County. So it's an expansion of that pilot. Any discussion on Senate Bill 877? Any questions? Okay, this bill had no amendments. Do I
Move
have a
the bill,
motion on the
Madam
bill? Great, thank you. Is there a second?
Sorry, I'll second.
Second.
Thank you. The bill's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Chair. Aye.
Any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, hearing none. Senate Bill 877 passes the subcommittee. Thank you, guys. And the last item on our agenda, Senate Bill 68. Again, this is that bill we just heard the other day. You all remember very moving testimony we heard on this bill where the mother of a young man named who went by the name Torch lost his life in a motorcycle in a crash between his motorcycle and a vehicle. And this bill will require the Motor Vehicle Administration to add educational material in the driver's skills exam so that vehicle drivers learn how to pay attention to, you know, drive safely around motorcycles, to attend to motorcycles as other vehicles on the road. Did I get that right, Patrick?
Well, yeah, this is really going to the questions on the exam. Requires them to draw from a pool that includes at least 5 questions related to motorcycle safety awareness, and that at least 1 question related to motorcycle safety awareness has to appear on the exam every time they give it.
So that a total of 5 questions must appear, or they choose 1 question from a pool of 5?
Well, there's a big pool of about 130 some. 5 of those questions have to be about motorcycle safety awareness.
Okay.
And then 1 of the questions on each test, which consists of, I believe, 25 questions, has to be on motorcycle safety awareness.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Safety awareness. Now, one of the things that we also talked a little bit about, some of us anyway, were curious about the possibility of including other vulnerable road users. And just for the purpose of discussion only, be interested to hear your thoughts and questions. I see Delegate Healy, then Delegate Allen.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm not going to address what you were suggesting because I had a different question, and that really was under the current way that motorcyclists get licensed. Are they given is their licensing also include, the need to traverse safely? I mean, because sometimes these terrible accidents happen when somebody is speeding or cutting in and out where they don't belong and all that, and creating hazards for everybody on the road, as we've all seen. And I know that we've seen a lot of fatalities of motorcyclists as well. And some of it is not because of the motorist, but because of the driving of the motorcyclist.
Thank you for that question. Maybe MVA could help us with that. Ms. Nisley, could you help us understand whether the motorcycle vehicle driving test has safety education in it as well?
So they go through, all sorts of training, both physical and knowledge-based, just like a regular motor vehicle driver. So their test includes safety as well.
Thank you. Does that answer your question, Delegate Healy?
I guess I would like a more direct answer about is safety in driving a motorcycle on the road with other vehicles part of their test?
Yes, I believe that to be true. If you'd like me to get more specific information, I certainly can, but that is my understanding of it. I have never participated or looked, very closely at it though.
Okay, I would be interested in seeing that at some point in the future. It won't affect the vote today, but I would like to have that there may be questions on the floor.
We can get that for you.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Delegate Healy. Thank you, Ms. Nisley. Delegate Allen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to confirm, I think I apologize, I came in late on this bill when it was heard in the full committee, but I believe the fiscal note stated that this can be done using current funding and staffing. Is that still accurate?
Is that right, Ms. Nisley or Patrick? to pull up the fiscal note
The
myself.
fiscal note is, yes, the fiscal note says they can do this, current resources.
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, so again, I just want to discuss this bill today because there is the idea on the table to include other vulnerable road users, but we just want to take our time with that question, think about it. I'd love to hear the thoughts of the members today. Any other questions?
I would point out, Madam Chair, that in some of the testimony is addressed to not just motorcycles, but to all road users.
That's right. That's right. That did come up in other testimony.
Written
So-
testimony I'm referring to.
Right. So it seems like we can, give that a little more thought. I'd just like everyone to give that little thought, and I'd like a chance to maybe confer with the Senate sponsor before we take any more action on this bill. But if there are any final questions, discussion on Senate Bill 68 before we adjourn. Okay. Great. Any other business?
I got a question.
Yes, sir. Can we answer them here?
Yeah, I think so. Let me look. Yes, yeah, we can.
Okay.
I want to ask the chair of the Aquaculture and Agriculture Subcommittee what time that meeting is going to be held.
Madam Chair of Aquaculture.
Thank you. As soon as possible, but our council needs a few minutes. She said that she could be ready shortly after 5. So I'm gonna try for that. Let's say 5:05.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, there's no further business on the motor vehicle subcommittee agenda. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Great. You guys are wonderful. Thank you.